My okra is starting to come in, and today I picked my very first batch, which is enough for Randy and I to have some fried okra. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get started on that fried okra because the way I do it takes 2 days. So I'll have to make up my okra, and then tomorrow I'll show you how to fry it. Normally I am all about easy, but when I fry okra, I take a little extra time and I do it right. That way Randy is happy, happy, happy. Normally, what I do like in the middle of the season is I will just pan fry it. I will just cut my okra up, throw some cornmeal in there, some salt and pepper, little bacon grease, and I'm done because I like easy. But sometimes you just need to take the extra time and make some fried okra that's almost like French fries. What you're gonna need is some okra. All right, now we're gonna talk about this okra. Normally, years past, I have always grown crimson spineless. My granny grew crimson spineless, and that was pretty much what you got at the hardware store or anywhere else around here. That's the kind you got. Well, Southeast Seed Exchange has several different kinds of okra. And I thought, you know what? Well, I'm gonna try it. And my father-in-law did work over in Louisiana, and he was over there for a while, and he was just bragging about this 7 and 8 foot okra that just was the best okra he'd ever had. So I thought, well, okay, Southeast Seed Exchange, you know, they're a trusted company. I'm just gonna go through there and I'm gonna find something that's 7 or 8 feet tall and see what I come up with. All right, well, I came up with these. This is called Stewart the Best. And honestly, they are the best. Look at that okra, and it is at this length. It is still soft and tender. I am just so happy because crimson spineless, if you let that thing get that long, if it would get that long, it'd be so hard you couldn't eat it. And this one is a short fat pod called an Alabama Red because it has just that little bit of red tint. Sometimes the tint's at the top, sometimes the red tint's on the bottom. You don't want them to get very big because they get hard really fast. This will be the one and only time I ever grow these because they taste good. There's nothing wrong with the taste, but the texture's hard and the seeds are big. So no more Alabama Red. Okay, we're gonna need some salt, some pepper, 1 cup of flour, 3/4 cup of cornmeal, yellow cornmeal. I prefer the yellow cornmeal. 1 cup of milk, 2 eggs, and your okra. And you're gonna need a couple of mixing bowls, and you're gonna need a pan, either a cookie sheet, or I'm just using the aluminum, cheap aluminum with some parchment paper on it. Okay, what we're gonna do is in the smaller bowl, we're just gonna take that 1 cup of flour and our 3/4 cup of yellow cornmeal. We're gonna put some salt in there. I don't know, like maybe a 1/2 teaspoon or so. A couple of good pinches of pepper. Gonna give that a good little mix. And that's ready to go. Now we're going in this bowl, we're going to take our 1 cup of milk and our 2 eggs. And make sure we don't have any shells. Drop that one in. Check the next one. All right, very good, no shells. Now we're gonna put a little salt and pepper in there too. And layer it up. A little bit of pepper. And give it a good mix. Okay, and there you go. That's all you need to do. Just get it mixed up good. Now it's time to cut that okra. And I'm not real picky. I'm just going to, it's already washed and cleaned. And all I'm going to do is set that up. And I'm going to start cutting right into the bowl. Okay, I'm going to take that top off. And then we're just going to slice. Just like that. They're probably about 1/4 of an inch. If you like them thicker, hey, make them thicker. Randy's all about eating that batter, so I make mine thin. Okay, that is definitely enough for 2 for dinner. Now what we're gonna do is go in there. You can use a spoon if you want to, but I'm just gonna do it like this. So make sure that all that okra is good and well coated. Now we're gonna take it by little small handfuls and put them in the dry batter. Okay, and we're going to make sure that they're really good and coated. We're going to kind of move them around, make sure that that batter got on all 4 sides. Okay, and then we're just going to lay them out in a single layer. They can touch, it's not a big deal, but we want them to freeze separate. Now this is going to take you a few minutes because we need to make sure that they're all battered on all 4 sides. And that we get them laid out on that parchment. And it's probably a good idea if you have one to use a pastry sheet or something to do it over because I am making a mess. Okay, I've got them all done, all ready to go. Now they're going in the freezer. Okay, now you can leave them in the freezer as little as 2 or 3 hours and fry them, or you can leave them overnight. It's not going to hurt them to leave them overnight, which is exactly what I'm going to do, and then we're going to have them for dinner tomorrow. Okay, y'all. Magic of YouTube. It's been 24 hours, and my okra is ready to fry. And you may or may not have to still break a little bit of it up. I had a few little pieces like that, but I'm just going to pop them. And they'll come right apart. And we are ready to fry. Okay, let's get us a high flame going. There we go. Nice high flame because we are frying. Put that on there. Get that lid off. If you guys have watched me in the kitchen at all, you know that I use lard and lard only. You know, like lard, butter, bacon grease. I mean, I don't use any of that other stuff. And usually, this is my go-to frying pan. So, it already has a little bit of lard in it, but it does not have enough. So, we're gonna get some more lard, which I make myself. And we're gonna put some more lard in here so we have enough fry that okra. You need a good, probably at least an inch deep in your whatever you're frying in to give them room so that when they're done, they float. You got to give them that little bit of float room. Okay, and don't get too excited. We got to make sure it all gets melted and it's all good and hot. You know, traditionally, probably between 325 and 350 degrees. All right, my grease is good and hot. See it bubbling? Yeah. And we're just gonna drop that okra right on down in there in a single layer. Don't get too excited and throw too many in there. That's about all you need in there. Just one single file layer. Okay, now I'm just going to give them a little turn. Make sure they're brown on both sides. And this really is quick. This goes real fast. It don't take just a minute or two. And don't leave them in there too long because then they'll burn. Make sure you got a paper towel or paper bag or something to drain that fat off with. There we go. Next batch ready to go. And be careful putting them in so you don't burn yourself.
Wow, look at all that fried okra. I love fried okra. I'm just gonna kind of taste this and eat it right in front of you. I love this stuff.
Yeah, that's his favorite way to eat okra. We used to have this little store called the Hoggly Woggly. It was a gas station. And he would go in there and get fried gizzards and fried okra and a biscuit and a drink for like $4.
Very good. Yeah. I'm gonna eat it all.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't like it, I'll eat yours too.
Right, right.
I'm out.
Likes are free. Go down in there and push that button and come back and see us. We'll be waiting on you. Bye.